Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show, the SHIT show. So, God. All right, so this is episode 7. And so I got the front cat off. I don't even know if there's a rear cat on this thing. I think it's just one. Anyway, so it turns out I was 100% right. Somebody gutted the cat. As you can see, there's nothing in there. Supposed to be a honeycomb in there. So, but I have to get off the O2 sensors. That one looks new. That bottom one. Or wait a minute. No, that's the one. I'm sorry. That's the one I put in. The bottom one looks original, I guess. I don't know. But I'm not going to replace it yet. It is an easy replace. Should be, as long as that one comes out. I've never had a big problem with taking out O2 sensors, except for getting to one. The worst one I've ever ran into was a 2001 Nissan Xterra. It was a two-wheel drive V6, and it was up on the passenger right. Yeah. Could not get a wrench. Couldn't get nothing in there. Nothing. Zero. Zip. Zilch. I'm not even going to tell you what we did. When I say we, I mean me and some other people. So anyway. Oh, man. So that cat, it took me, if I had a lift, this probably wouldn't have taken nearly as long to get out. So let's take a look at the new one. So here's the new one. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, it looks about right. It looks like it's supposed to work. It looks like it's correct. It is aftermarket, I think, because it doesn't the actual cat itself, which is this thing, doesn't look exactly like that one. It's shaped differently. This looks like an aftermarket. So, but anyway, it's supposed to work. Supposed to be right. Supposed to be. Those are the 3 words of today. Supposed to be. I do like the little. They call it a manifold. I still call it a header. Let me show you. I do like that though. It looks exactly like a turbo manifold. You mount a turbo right on the bottom of it, and you probably can with that one. So anyway, so yeah, that was a pain. So it had a clamp under there. I'll show you that. Here we go. Let me get my flashlight. 1 second. I hope my flashlight's not messing up my video. I know you probably see some flashing on there or something like that. So viewer discretion advised. Don't want anybody having seizures. Okay. Well, first of all, here's the front part of the clamp. That holds the catalytic converter on. I broke off one of the bolts. I mean, it just snapped. The other one, screw came out. Okay, here's what's left. You see that? Okay. I don't know if I want to attempt to even take that off from risk of breaking anything. I might just hit it with um some uh some black paint and be done with it. Okay. The stud that broke off, as you can see. Yeah. So maybe I can knock that out and replace it with a simple bolt and nut. Maybe. We'll see. But that one stayed in so far. I have to double check it. But that's what holds that in. I mean, as soon as that clamp came off, that catalytic converter came crashing down. Good thing I wasn't underneath it. But anyway, there's the bottom of the header or the manifold, if you want to say. You can upgrade that if you want. It's probably cheap. I haven't even looked. But anyway, I'm gonna have fun getting the rest of this off. Probably gonna say it's gonna have to be cut off simply because that exhaust is going over that cross member there. If you want to call it a cross member, I think that's what it is called. Yeah. Fun. But maybe I'll get lucky and it'll all come down real easy. So it's still dripping water, man. God. Here's that bracket. Better look at that. So I will clean that up. I'll hit it with the wire wheel and then paint it. That's about all you can do to that. No big deal. I can do it. I found my breaker bar. A big old son of a gun. That's a nice one right there, man. If you want one, get this one. It's made by Durlast. I'm sorry I don't have part number for you, but as you can see how it's made, so you can tell a difference. This is that's 1/2 inch drive. That ain't no 3/8. Although I used a let's see, wait a minute, what did I use on that? I used a to get those. Well, I had to use a 1/2 inch, but I think it's actually a 13. But anyway, 1/2 inch worked. Once I broke it loose with that, I used a ratchet wrench extension. I had a stubby extension just in case. Fun. Oh man. Right now, it's about quitting time. I had a washer come out. I don't know where that came from. No idea. It might have come loose. Wait a minute. Is there another one under there somewhere? Let's see. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so where is it at? There it is. Okay. So what they did was the bracket, the opposite side of the bracket that's still on there. So it's studs, I think. May not be, but I think it is. Anyway, they put washers on there and then ran the nuts down. Didn't even put lock washers on it. It's kind of weird to not use lock washers. I think somebody's been into this also. I know they've been in everything else. So why not, right? Tear it all up. Nobody cares. But I'll bring it back to life. You can bet on that. I'm just hoping I never have to replace that clutch. Yeah. If you baby a clutch, it'll last. You sit there and let it out real fast, burn the tires up. Common sense. It's going to burn the clutch up. So I had a little '97 Honda Civic 2-door. It actually had an upgraded engine in it. I put a B20Z in it, which came out of a 2000 Honda CRV. The So we put like a clutch in it, and do it and all that and everything. Before I sold that Honda, which I hated, I had to do it. I had to though. I needed the money, but um, that clutch. So the transmission I had rebuilt actually, um, just because I wanted to. They put upgraded parts in there. I think they put Type R, Acura Integra Type R parts in that clutch. I mean, in that transmission. Anyway, so if anybody finds that car, that transmission is a cool little transmission. Um, but the clutch, replace that. I just put a simple clutch back in it, nothing fancy. And dude, I'd have to look back, but let's see. I was still working at GM, and dude, that clutch lasted for almost 10 years or whatever. And when I sold it, it was still good. So, yes, I barked the tires on it a couple times, but not all the freaking time. I did run into a problem one time where um, let's see. I had a weird experience with a clutch, manual transmission, 5-speed. I believe it was in a Mustang that I had, '95 Mustang. Anyway, the springs, the little springs that are on the clutch plate, um, one of them popped out inside there and just dang, 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 just making all kinds of noise and didn't hardly go anywhere and everything. So that was weird. I don't know why. It's just they made it bad at the factory or something. I don't know. Because all they do is just sit down in these holes, and the sides are like crimped a little bit to hold the spring in there. That's all it is. So anyway, um, I know you're like, okay, anyway. uh, so I've ordered the EGR pipe and EGR valve. Um, and yeah, I'm just looking at something there. So that's been replaced. I mean, been ordered. I won't get it till this coming week, sometime, maybe around the 15th or something. I don't know. Today's the 7th, December 7th. What that is, don't you? December 7th, 1941. Today's Pearl Harbor Day. So if you know an old vet or something or whatever, if they're still living, sure, some of them dudes are, most of them dudes are dead. But anyway, uh, do all that, think about that and everything. Um, so let's see. I think it's probably going to be about uh, quitting time. It's after 5 now, so um, I might do some cleaning up on that bracket. Um, I might assess the rest of the exhaust to see. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to cut that pipe off down there. So I'll probably do that. I think I want to get the car up a little better, maybe, so I can get under there a little better. That's why I need a lift. People ask me like, "Hey, why don't you have a lift?" And I'm like, "Well, I I found the perfect lift that you can actually walk under. Not one of them not Not a, what is it called, max jacks or anything like that. Not to crap on them, but you can't walk underneath those. You can't lift the car up and walk under. You got to get on a chair or something, and I don't want to do all that. That's um. But they did. They've been making them. They make lifts that'll actually fit in my shop. I'm not really sure how tall my Raptors are. I think they're 12 feet. I'm 6 feet, and it looks like another me, so I'm gonna say 6 feet tall. But they make, I've seen them. They make ones that they go all the way, not all the way up or whatever. The lifts. Um, so also my floor, I have no idea how thick my floor is, and your floor has to be pretty thick. Don't quote me on this, but I think it needs to be at least 6 inches thick. I think. If anything, you can probably go to one of these companies and you can have them come out and they probably would drill into the floor or whatever. Um, like you do everything through the company, right? You buy the lift through them, they come out and they survey it, whatever. If anything, you can get them to redo just the spot where you want the lift. You can have them cut. They cut like a big square, and then they dig out the dirt or whatever there. They dig all that out, right? And they're left with this like deep 12-foot hole or whatever. Not 12 feet, 1 foot, 12 inches, right? And what they do is they put rebar in there to do all the reinforcement, and then they pour cement in there, and then they bring the lift in. Um, and uh, I don't know if they do this, but just so they get like pre um, the things that hold the lift. I can't remember what they're called. They're like studs or whatever. They might come in and put like a little plate down, so the plate is like the same measurement as the bottom of the lift. Anyway, they put the studs in that, and then when it dries, they just lift the plate off and then put the actual lift on there, and then hook everything up, and you're good to go. Now you can get cheap lifts off of eBay. I've seen $2,500. For lifting little cars like this, nothing big, whatever. But for me, the main thing is A, I don't know what the thickness of the floor is. B, I know I've got a 12-foot rafter ceiling, whatever I would say. And I've got the room in here. I mean, you can put two cars side by side in here, and you can put another car in front, long ways or whatever. I've seen Dad do it back in the day when I was a kid. He'd have a oh man, what was it? He had an old Chevette, not a Chevelle, a Chevette, and he had um the old Volkswagen Beetle, probably an early '60s something, and the other car was probably a '64 Malibu Super Sport, which I wish he still had. But anyway, he used to have like all three of them, and I've seen them in all in there. So that was back in the day. I think I was probably 5, 6 years old when I first saw that, something like that. Um, but anyway, good times. If anybody has anything to tell me about putting a lift in or anything, if you can give me, some tips on doing that, man, I'd really appreciate that. That'd be awesome. Um, because you know, uh, this is my business basically, and it's nothing major or anything like that, but I'm trying to help it grow. and it's just me, you know. I hope to have somebody helping me, down the road somewhere. But then again, I mean, it's just doing little stuff like this. You got to start out down here, you know. But it's fine. It's cool, and it's pretty good to do as long as I fix it in the end. Everything's fixed. Everything is good. Then I'm happy. But I run into all kinds of stuff all the time, working on crappy vehicles, trying to bring them back to life, and selling them to somebody who really needs it, really appreciates, the work on it and everything, stuff like that. Um, I'm still, I still got that dent, that softball sized dent in the quarter panel back there, and I've tried the rinky dink glue sticks, and I think I bought the wrong glue sticks. These had like a bluish purple tint to them, and they didn't stick at all. It was weird. And I noticed that Dollar General, they have the thick ones in there, about as thick as my thumb. They're like that long, $5 for a whole pack of them or whatever. So I might try that again. Um, and it's a metal dent. It's not plastic. It's metal. But yeah, softball size. That's all it is. It's like, and it's like a perfect dent too. So it looks like you stick something, pull right out. But anyway, still working with that. So now that I've got the catalytic converter off, I'm going to work around the exhaust. I think I'm going to go ahead and get all the exhaust on there, and then do the oil pan. I think afterwards I done looked at all that and everything. Which reminds me, I got to buy a oil pan gasket, so I'll probably do that as soon as I get off here. And I think, yeah. Oh, and also since I got this whole area, let me show you this. Since I got this whole area out right here, I'm gonna, I'll be draining the coolant, draining all that out, which there ain't much left in there, I don't think. Um, Actually, you know what? I might, instead of draining the coolant out, I might see if I can clamp off some hoses or something. You have two hoses right here. Those are going back to the heater core. Actually, I take that back. One of them goes. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not 100% wrong. Okay, so the one on the left goes to the housing, and then continues going. Sorry, hang on a minute. Let me get this thing off here. Thing's hurting my arm. That's better. Sorry. So this one, yeah, goes into the housing underneath here, and then continues going back to the heater core. And the other one goes all the way right here. It's also the heater core. So you have those. So if I take them off, they'll probably have a little mess, because your radiator, is up in here, and you got your this is the, let's see, what is this? I believe this is, it's either the upper or lower radiator hose, this one. Anyway, so maybe I can take that off, pull it back. But you know what? I think if I take that off, there's probably going to be coolant inside the engine, and it's just going to be like everywhere. But maybe I'll just take a chance. I'll put something under there to catch it. Right now, come to think of it, I don't think I have anything. Dang, I might have to go buy a vat. But they're good to have. Yeah, I think I need to buy me a vat. Darn it. Anyway, there's something else I got to buy. And then all I got to do, once I do that, I'm going to take this off right here. Um, 1, 2, 3 bolts. Take that out. That whole housing will come off. And I hope that I'm right that the gasket for that is all it's leaking, or it could be the housing that's cracked because it's plastic. Like, why do they want to make this crap out of plastic, man? Make it out of aluminum. There might be a place that actually makes it out of aluminum. Anyway, but your thermostat is up in there, so it's a very common problem with these. I found out a lot of cars have a lot of issues, but if you fix those issues, um, if you fix those issues and you if you can put an upgraded part on there instead of a plastic part, put a, see if somebody makes one out of aluminum, then it makes it a whole lot better, and then you got yourself a good little car. Um, one of the cars I swore up and down I never have was like a Suzuki Forenza, but I used to sell parts for them, and I found out if you fix every problem on there, you got yourself a good little car. So you probably see, if you can find one, you find them on the marketplace, you probably see them really cheap on there. Good luck finding parts for them. It's probably got better, maybe, at finding parts. But it used to be, like Suzuki and Daewoo, they had like the same parts or whatever, and they were just really hard to come by. If you bought them from the dealership, there was no returning on them. But anyway, let's see. Anything else? Heck, I might just call it a night and just say the heck with it and start over tomorrow. I really shouldn't be working today for several reasons. Several obvious reasons. No. I'm not working. I'm playing. I'm just playing. That's all I'm doing. I'm not working. I've just been out here playing. That's all. Give me something to do. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I'll see y'all in the next part. Maybe it'll be a little better. Okay. Thanks for sticking with me. Seeing the progress. Cool. Hope you learned something. And I'll see y'all next time here on Bro TV 123.